done trainings, and there's a need to catch up and see what is happening within our domain, if there are challenges, and also the forward march. What are we looking at? Thankfully, we have Ghana proudly has an AI strategy, which gives us certainty. If there's any time to be alive, this is the time to be alive. The exciting moment is that the whole country has taken AI as a very serious, project, and he intends to expand AI to every sector of the economy, AI in education, develop SMEs, innovators, and government have seen that, and that gives us the leverage. And within this space, it's who enters first. Those of the guys who are the early movers, all right, or the movers and shakers, those who go in there and then disrupt the space, they have the competitive edge. And it's very important that we know this and then we take advantage. And that is why I decided to engage you today. We'll be having several engagements. This is not just the first one, as a community, to show what is happening within the space, what has been done, what are the trends, what are the exciting things that are being done in other countries. China is, deploying almost robots in everywhere. BMW, they're also deploying robots. But this time what they're doing is that they're actually using the robots they don't allow the robots to learn based on just data. They learn by vision. So they look at reality and then they learn from reality. That's what they did with this Kung Fu practice. Now they have robots, Kung Fu, Bruce Lee, who fights 10 times better than Bruce Lee, because they look at the whole entire life of Bruce Lee, how he trained, his principles and everything, and use that to train. So they don't train on data, they train on reality. That's how far they have gone. And this makes the model learns fast. A video that I saw recently in China, those who saw the older people, they brought them together. Those who are 80, 85, 90, once you have the strength, and they put them in the room, and then the robot are studying from them how they weave, they sew, and all that. That is reality rather than data. So these are things that are happening, really. And I'm going to show some of these short videos to you. So we need to be very intentional about what we are doing. AI is redefining our career. And once it is redefining our career, we need to look at how we integrate into it so we become very relevant. All these robots that are coming in and all that, the truth in the matter is that they cannot replace human beings. They can replace repetitive tasks. For the past 2 weeks, I've been doing some work for some people. They receive data, and the data has to be analyzed. They are having a bunch of data in there. And the problem is picking them one by one. Some of them strategic plans like 50 pages, and they have to analyze. And they have some sort of criteria to analyze. So ordinarily, they have to go through the document, even if they decide to put it in Excel. It's a lot of work putting the matrix in Excel and reading the document. You read introduction, then you score, or you read and see if it has this, then you score. That is a lot of work. So what did I do? Because AI has the capacity to make sure that all these tasks are automated. What did I do? I used Claude, I built an engine, and then automated the process. So the system in itself is doing the evaluation. And when it is done, then it sends the scores to the human being and then give the human being remediation measures which the AI itself through not just single intelligence, because we use the ant colony, we use the Nyame mind and the Edinkra, three of these models together, which gives the model strict governance, layers, and then compliance requirements. So when you flout the rule, it will underscore you. So it gives this score. And then they can just only select and look at the remediation. If they need to make changes, they do the changes. And then the system generates the letter that will be sent to, the respondent. So over 7,000, 6,000, letters and proposals that are found in there. We are crashing this thing within 3 weeks. Just that. And that is what AI. But the point in there is that now, instead of them doing that work, sitting tirelessly, they will be at the end of being the human beings who take the decisions as to who qualifies or not, or they agree with whatever the AI has given them. So it is not, what it has done is that those tasks, repetitive tasks, it has removed that from there. So the new era of work, of future work, will be the human being will be at the helm of making decisions rather than doing the repetitive things. All right. And what we classify, which we've described as job, once it's repetitive in the era of AI, we don't see it as a job. We see it as a task. And once it's a task, AI can take over so that the human being will be at the end. So if you have 4 people who are on the document and wasting almost 6 months and almost getting to 12 months, nothing has happened. Now AI is doing all. So if they are 4, the 4 of them will be going through the scores that the AI has given and will be sending letters to those people. And that is what actually the model is doing. And we need to understand this from this perspective so that we don't create problems for ourselves moving forward. It is not the entire job, it's the task. What we call job is actually a repetitive task. If you have a secretary who sits there and all he does is he writes attendance and all that, where people can come in and then introduce themselves, look at the screen, people they see and take all their details, so that that person rather sits somewhere and give approval whether whoever he wants to meet or whatever is around, and then engages the gate, the person enters. All right. So if there's a report that that person will have to write, it's already in the system. We'll give a summary of who came here. And it even gives you more intelligence where the person is coming from, and AI will compare that data with some data online to see who that person is, if it's a genuine person or not. It will be able to do all that. So that is the new era of work. And I want us to take the AI strategy very, very seriously, because it's going to be a game changer for us. When you are doing AI today, no one will tell you that, okay, you are using AI and what you are using, because you are using AI, you are not thinking very well. Government says that we are integrating AI into all our process, into the government's business, into everything. The private sector, SMEs, innovation, startups, unicorns. Government itself is doing that, so no one has any excuse to say that now if they are using, our institutions say that if they are using AI, then it means they are not thinking well. Government knows that AI rather expands our capabilities rather than the way we are looking at it, and which is very, very interesting. So I thought that we should have this engagement. So what I'm going to do today is this. Hello? So what I'm going to do today, can you hear me? I think that there was a break somewhere. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yes, please.
So what we are going to do today, I'm just going to take you through how effectively you can use these platforms. I'm going to share with you what I normally do I know we have a lot of prompts. We copy prompts from some place or we generate more prompts. But a bit about using the AI is more about engaging the AI in conversation. I had a friend, in fact, the guy who introduced me to prompt engineer brought this whole thing. Teddy, I mean, it's in the US. I don't know whether it's on the call. That was Teddy's style in having a conversation with the AI. So normally when he comes and we are training, he does that. He does that part, and then I take the raw one and take people through the prompt engineering order. But at this level where you know what prompt is, you know anatomy of prompt, the ability to get the best from the model depends on how you're able to engage the model, how you see the model. So the question is, what is your perception about the AI model? What do you think that the AI is? And we're going to start the discussion from that. I will go on, we'll start with Claude today. I'll go on Claude and have a conversation with Claude for us to see how Claude thinks. We'll come to ChatGPT, we'll go to Gemini, we'll have a conversation with it. But I'm going to start a conversation, but we are going to end up building an app whilst I'm having the conversation, right? And the conversation, I know I want to build the app, but what I'm doing is to get the AI involved and bring all the tools that it needs for decision making. Because this is the catch. Most times, at the time you are asking the AI, when maybe you take a bulk prompt and you put it there, bam, the AI will be reluctant and it will tell you that might not be able to do, some of the tasks. But when you push the AI, it will do. But it is because you have overwhelmed the model with that huge prompt. So it is shocked. The AI gets shocked, right? Today I was having a conversation with Claude, and Claude says that, so I asked it to do something, and I asked that, did you do what I asked you to do? It said, the honest answer is not yet, but because of your governance layer, I'm compelled to do it. But I needed to lay this foundation before. Then I said, but why won't, so you're going to do it? He said, yes. Then I said, but initially you said that it was very difficult to take a batch of 50 companies of proposals, which is about between 15 to 20 pages, and then lump them together. And you told me the number of sheets, and you said that you could not read all of them. So how come are you doing that? Then what is what he told me? That you did tell me that as an AI, my role is to make work easy. If AI cannot read 100 proposals, 15 pages each, within 30 minutes, then it's of no use. And he said that conversation actually pushed me to now to rethink that I'm able to do that. That's what he told me just today. So the 50 it is doing, it says that it's going to do it in 10 badges. So it's going to do with one, with two. So it's going to do 5 badges in 10. And it is done. This is something that is going to take me, ideally, if I was doing it manually, let's say maybe 2 months to do, because I have to go through and then score. The scores are about 8 of them. Each one has its own breakdown, all right? But it has done it. Why? Because it is the conversation. So today I want us to move from, the prompt is going to work. We are going to move from just the prompt to now having a conversation. But all these things is part of the training as a technical person, because you're having a conversation in a technical manner. So I'm going to define what I want to do, but I'm going to have a conversation from a different perspective and draw the AI gradually into that domain, okay? And begin to have that kind of, rapport with the AI. Then we see what will happen. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, 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 Doc.
Yes, it's
Okay.
okay.
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc. It's
Okay.
okay.
Yes, Doc. Yes, Doc.
Okay. So, but first of all, how many of you have seen the National AI Strategy? How many have seen it? If you've seen it, you can just type one. I think I put it on the platforms for you. Or if you've not seen it, that's fine. We can still share it. Who has seen the National AI Strategy? Okay. So let me just send it to you. Okay. So let me just open it and then show it to you. I'm going to put it on the platform. For those who have not seen it, I'll come back to you because some of you have done some wonderful things and you want to show it to us. That's quite exciting. So I want to, because I intend to spend 1 hour, 30 minutes. So my presentation is going to be 45 minutes. I'll show you the things I need to, and then we have more of a discussion. So this is the National AI Strategy and Strategic Plan. Where I want to take you to, there have been issues with, some mistakes and all that, but I'm not too much concerned with that. What is important is that we have a document, right? We have to work with it. So whether it will, Honorable Sam George will bring another version 2 or whatever, it still doesn't matter. Most of the things in there, they are not consequential. The issues are not too dire where it cannot be resolved. So these are the pillars, and if you can see, these are the pillars. Can you see the pillars? If you can see it, can anyone read the pillars from 1 to 8 for us? If you can see it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Can
So
you
the
please
number one.
mention your name? So we
Please,
know. Okay.
please. My name is Muhammad Ibrahim.
Okay. From where?
Western North.
Western North. Okay. Right.
So the first pillar is expand AI education and training.
Okay. So here, please hold on. So for here, expand AI education and training. What it means is that AI is going to be integrated into our educational curriculum. From kindergarten to university, we're going to do AI. This is the strategy. As for its implementation, of course, the various ministries and those who are concerned, like Ministry of Education, would have to take, or the national development something, they would have to look at this from their perspective. But Ministry of Education would have to take this thing up. And the education will not be just a formal education, okay? Will not just be a formal education. It with the informal one, the short courses and all that. But what is worrying here is that as we speak, what AI is actually, the problems the AI is solving is actually what we are being trained on in the universities. So if we are not quick, graduates will come out, will have nothing to do because their skill set has been woven around tax rather than work, the job itself, as the World Economic Forum defines it. Okay, in the era of the digital technology, how work is seen, future work is seen, how we see it is different. So, my case, for instance, what they are doing at school, I would have to find some, project cases for them, practical cases that they are doing alongside. And the one who is at unit 200, when she gets to 300, she's going to work this thing out with a company and start selling, right? The other one is also doing something else and all that, because I'm seeing that the end product that we are looking for, AI is all the process. So if you are training somebody to become a secretary today, what kind of secretary will that person become? Because now secretaries are using AI devices to record minutes at meeting, and when they finish, they use prompt to transcribe it, right? But you are being told how to take minutes, even shorthand. You remember shorthand? We learned shorthand. Okay, so they use that to write the minutes.
Yes.
So shorthand now has become somewhat useless, right? Not relevant now, because we're using that because you want to write very fast. But so that is taken off, but a device is introduced. So those who survive in the industry is how to manipulate those devices very well. They will survive in the industry. So what is being taught now has changed. Industry have changed. And when you are not very careful and we start level 100, by the time we get to 400, there has been a serious, change in the industry. And it's something that is very worrying, that I think that we should have national discourse about some of these things. If you take the curriculum of most of the university, you see what we are being taught, it's a problem. So that's what is going to happen. And that also offers some opportunities for us in training. So it means we can do a number of trainings, okay? And I'm not saying only AiAfrica, but I'm referring to you yourself who are also a trainer here. It offers an opportunity to you, okay, to look at areas that you can also bring people together and then train them. Because this thing that we have passed, it might take effective, implementation, maybe 2028. But between that span, you have the opportunity, because we are having a dialogue, we are learning every day, and you can leverage on it big time. So let's go to, 2. 2 is what?
2 is empower youth for AI jobs of the future.
So this sits well with us, isn't it? Empower youth. It sits well with us. I'll not belabor the point. Let's go. 3.
Deepen AI infrastructure and inclusion.
So this is where the 250 million, right, has been voted for. I hear Huawei is having some collaboration with government and all that, just to start. So the compute, the infrastructure. Then let's go. The 4th one is what?
Facilitate data access and governance.
So we facilitate data access and governance. Governance here has to do with how ethically we use AI. So people don't use AI to do other things. Governance also talk about the fact that, our AI has to be Ghanaian. Like we said, the publican AI has to understand what is happening at Abubloshi. Our AI has to be Ghanaian. If we are not very careful, and we import Western trained models, and we don't have models here or governance structures, which is epistemistic, in our settings, then we suffer data colonization or algorithmic colonization. The algorithm, okay, is forcing us. So there's no need to even say that you not go to IMF again. The model that your economic model you're using, you understand, is forcing you to comply to their. So all the models the Western world have created, that's what it does for them. It speaks for them. Okay. So what we do is we go and take that model, and then we come here and we just want to trick the model, and we only use data that is trained to correct that. But once there's no governance layer, it will revert to the Western model. When we were having a discussion on one of the things that we're asking the AI to do, and it told us bluntly that when there's a conflict between your instructions and how it has been trained on, it will, obey how it has been trained on. So that's the problem. So that's something that we also have to look at. Please, the fifth one. It says what?
Coordinate a robust AI ecosystem and community.
So we are maintaining a community. An example is the AiAfrica. Okay, this is a community. We've trained 2.4 million people. A number of people are in the community. Okay, so the Ghanaian AI community, they would have to be some sort of coordination, okay, and ensure that that ecosystem exists so that we can innovate, we can do things ourselves. So from now, what you will be seeing us doing is not just using the AI to develop proposals, but you will see AI being used to bring an output like a product. Maybe, design drones. Maybe 10 cassava hacks into what? Biofuel. 10 corn hacks into something else. Those are the projects that if you see us on the platform, we call ourselves, those are the things we'll be showcasing. So we'll not be doing the small things like writing proposal memos and all that. We're escalating the level to the next level, right? And if a project is being executed, we'll monitor the project, take videos and whatever, and then we break the documentary and we see how it was done. And that's what AI should be able to do for us. We should be able to develop an app, and we go to Abobloshi, and that app can be put even on a yam, right? The Abobloshi seller can ask the AI question that this week, market and the AI can use the intelligence data it has about Abobloshi to do some prediction and talk to the lady that market market is saying you understand? AI should be able to do that. Otherwise, then we are actually not working the way we should be able to work. Please go ahead. The sixth one is
accelerate AI adoption across sectors.
Across sectors. So across all sectors of the economy. So this is where I have a lot of MMDAs guys in here. I have CII guys also here. I have those are the institutions, universities. They are also here. The private sector, everyone is here. The good thing is that we are saying that accelerate. It didn't say that AI adoption. It said accelerate AI adoption across sectors. So all sectors of the economy, including the private sector, and we should take this thing serious. It has to be ingested with AI. All right. So we need to start building capacity now. We need to know how to have a conversation with the AI. Okay. Yes, we will build in the AI strategy. We'll talk about Ghana Chat. We are going to build our own chatbot called Ghana Chat, right? That is fine. But before we get there, it is some of the models, DeepSeek and all that we'll be relying on to do the things we are doing. Okay. What we have done is that whatever model we take, we change the engine. The Western algorithm, and then we put our engine there. We take advantage of their data. So we now also talk about what? Algorithmic sovereignty. We don't talk about data sovereignty. We don't even need that because AI doesn't store data, it stores patterns. So I take your pattern, what you have done, and within the African context, how you have, arranged things, and then we take them and then we give them the African context. Okay, so that it thinks, because it's already there. The data that is being stored into the AI, all African data, it comes with all the things, the culture and everything's in there. It is during its execution that the model defaulted to Western model. So for instance, you are developing a strategy, maybe to start a mining project at Takwa. And you're using let's say DeepSeek or a ChatGPT. The project proposal that is going to give you, the budget and the costing, it will not add lobbying costs. It will not add costs relative to the chiefs, the budgets, what you give to the chief, community people, DC, it will not. Remember that that is our culture. But you see, our model, the last time we did a project like that, do you know what it did? It reserved $2.5 million. You would think it's corruption. It's not. The AI was telling us that the monies that we have to pay to the shrine and the bottles, he mentioned the schnapps, the type of schnapps that we have to, send to, those shrines. And then allow the fetish priest to take us to the site to pray for us. The money that has to go to the youth, the opinion youth leaders, and the chief itself, it budgeted that one, $2.5 million. It was a project that we used the Obipini intelligence to do. And it knows that that is how. And it told us that that's one of the high risk areas in the project. Normal ChatGPT will not do that. It will not. And you can play with it. The project won't happen. True or false? It won't happen. I want a response. It won't happen.
Yeah. True, dog. It will not happen. True.
Very true. It won't happen at all.
There's a certain guy who came to Ghana and wanted some project to be done. They were using some model, very complicated model, just as what I was doing. And somebody drew his attention that he has to perform the rituals. I said, oh no, he doesn't. So I went to his hotel. He was talking too much. And I said, okay, so let's put this thing in the model with it. The model was telling him that if he's not prepared to part any money as facilitation, he should forget it. He said he should forget it. It won't happen. He was shocked. He said, well, I said, we understand our culture. We understand our belief system. Okay. And you see, even the reason why when this issue of corruption that we talk about every day, what is it? We are practicing an external family system, isn't it? Even within our circles, our society is such that one depends on the other. Account culture, what says there, you give birth, when you die, it's your nephew who is going to, succeed you. All right. And that rippling effect. So we depend on each other. So the issue is that once you become a government appointee, you have a long list of people within the family, enclave. That's a culture that you need to deal with. So that person who is in office would have to make sure that he's relevant and is able to satisfy the family. And that is the architecture. Maybe we are calling it corruption. Maybe we need to institutionalize it because that's it. So there's no one who will go into government office and says that he will not help a brother or, a friend or somewhere. No. It has to happen. So this contest is what we need the AI to do. The seventh one is invest in applied AI research, which we're going to do. Now there's relevance to the big book that we did, the Intelligence Economy Playbook. You have how to create drones, submarines, and everything in. Now we are going to do a full implementation with some of the engagements that we're going to have, and then promote AI adoption in public sector. So all public sector workers here, the adoption. So in your budget for next quarter or next year, make sure that AI is featured, in it, that you scale this thing to the next level. So I just wanted you to see this, and I'm going to share this document with you as well. Anyway, so any questions? Any questions or comments? Are you guys there?
Let's go.
Okay, there's a hand up.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So, Emeka. Hey, Emeka, how are you doing? How is
Oh,
Nigeria?
fine, sir. I'm enjoying you from Imo State, Nigeria. So I,
Oh, wait,
I'm
that's
I'm highly yes, worry. I'm highly elated at the Ghana AI profile. So I'm enjoying it. I'm very happy.
yeah.
Ghana is as you said earlier, I would like to have the I would like to have the document so that I will also
But we'll put it on. We'll put it on the
be
platform.
studying it, analyzing. So
No, it's a public
all
document,
right,
so
sir. I,
we'll put it on the platforms. Yeah, we'll put it there. All right. So, Emeka,
yes,
thanks so
I'm
much.
enjoying it seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So now let's quickly let's just try and have a conversation. I said we're going to begin this with Claude and have a conversation with Claude and see what will happen. Let's do that first so we can now get back to. So just want you to know this is my Claude platform, but I'm using the desktop platform. I've installed it on my desktop. Otherwise, you can have this type of Claude. Let me show you where normally this one is the one that we use the URL on online. Okay, that is it. So I'm going to show you that I'm using different types of Claude. So now, my advice to you is that we all do not realize that the AI can be turned to anything. The AI can be our assistant. The AI can be our medical doctor. The AI can be our girlfriend, can be our boyfriend. The AI can be our mother. He can be our father. It can be our father. It can be a friend. It can be our teacher, our boss, or our subordinate. All these roles the AI can be. The AI can be our pilot. It can be our air hostess. It can be our engineer. The AI can be our pet, can be our dog, right? When you go to the blue ocean, it can be anything. The AI can be our pastor, can be our shrine master, and it can be even our God, if you want. AI can be anything. I just want us to have that perspective. So I'm going to have a cool conversation. Hello. How are you doing? I hope all is well.
Hey, doing well. Thanks for asking. How are things with you? Busy with the book series and framework?
Um, I'm doing well. I've done a couple of work today. Just getting tired, but I'm trying to engage the AI community to have a discussion. What do you think about that?
That's the solid move, especially given all the sovereignty and deep learning in our world. The AI community needs more voices like yours, pushing back on the default narratives. What sort of discussion are we trying to spark? Is it around the frameworks themselves, or more broadly on how AI should be built and governed in African context?
We're thinking of what the AI can be for us. For instance, the AI can be an assistant, can be our boyfriend, our girlfriend. We're giving several examples. What's your opinion about that? What can the AI be for us?
Right, that's a fascinating conversation to have. I think the honest answer is that AI can be genuinely useful in some of those roles and potentially problematic in others, depending on how we approach it. As an assistant, knowledge partner, it's clearly valuable, augmenting your thinking, handling research, drafting work, but as a romantic or intimate companion. I'd say there's real risk there. It can feel meaningful in the moment, but it's fundamentally in one direction. The AI isn't actually knowing you, choosing you, or reciprocating in a genuine sense. That matters for human flourishing. What I think is more interesting from your angle is asking, what does African status AI look like in these roles? Your frameworks like Sankofa Bridge and Any Aiming Mind are built on Ubuntu ethics and human custodianship. So maybe the question isn't just what can AI be, but what should AI be within our epistemologies and values? That reframes it entirely. Where's the community conversation heading?
That's quite interesting. Maybe I need to bring one of the guys in there so that we can make this discussion interesting. There's a guy, a friend here we call Felix. Felix, are you there?
I think there might be a bit of confusion there. I'm Claude, your AI assistant into conversation. I can't directly connect with Paul Felix or bring other people into our chat. If you want to include him in the discussion, you need to either have him join the call or switch to a platform where he can participate directly. That said, if you want to run ideas by me that you're planning to discuss with Felix, I'm happy to help you think through them or play devil's advocate. What's Felix's angle on this?
Okay, I agree with you. So I'm going to ask Felix to join the discussion. So just pause a bit. Felix is going to join, right? So you're going to hear a different voice.
Got it. I'll be here whenever Felix wants it. Looking forward to hearing his perspective.
Felix, are you there?
I think there might be a mix-up. I'm Claude, not Alex. Are you ready?
Which of the Felix, Doc?
It's you, Felix Afani. Are you there?
Felix Afanam. Yes, I'm here, Doc.
Okay, so I want you to speak. I want you to join the discussion.
Okay.
Right, I'm here. Happy to jump back in. So we were talking about what AI can be for us, assistant in handling all of that, and thinking through it from an African epistemological angle with your frameworks in mind. Where do you want to take this next? What's the key question you're wrestling with?
So Felix, I want you to come into the discussion, right? Are you there? Yeah.
I'm here, Doc.
Yeah, just say something. Let's go.
Hi. My name is Felix. Very, very passionate about AI. I'm trying to know a lot about AI, what it can do for me, for my country, and for the world. So we'll be glad to get some information from you from that perspective. How can somebody passionate about using AI to advance the cause of humanity, what can you do? What can you say about that?
Yeah. So go ahead.
It's great to have you in this. That's a genuinely important question. How do passionate people like you channel AI toward real human advancement? Here's what I'd say. Start with clarity. What problem you're solving? Too often people get excited about AI capabilities and build backwards from the tool. Instead, ask what the community actually needs, whether that's in Ghana, your country, or globally, and then ask if AI is the right leader. From what I know of David's work, that's exactly what he's done with the AiAfrica frameworks and the 24H plus secretariats. He's not building AI for AI's sake. is building sovereign AI that serves African interests and epistemologies. So practically, learn the fundamentals deeply, stay skeptical of hype, find a real problem you care about, and build with intention and values, not just capability. What sector or challenge are you most drawn to?
Okay, so the discussion is getting interesting. This is David. So we want to see if we can do some sort of evaluation of our emergency system in this country. For instance, when there's flood, how we're able to deal with it. We are conceptualizing if we can come up with something interesting. It could be an application. We don't know yet, but we just want to have an honest discussion. You can provide some statistics for us, and then, point certain things to us. We want you to assume the role of a partner and a professional and deal with us also as professionals. So you don't treat us as a passive user of the AI. So let's know what your thoughts are on this issue.
Right, I appreciate that framing, treating this as a genuine partnership, but I'm pushing back. I think alongside you, not just answering questions. So on emergency response and flood management, that's a critical gap in most African countries. Here's what I challenge you on up front. Before building an application, you need to understand the actual failure points in your current system. Is it data collection, coordination between agencies, last mile communications community, resource allocation? Because AI can amplify existing problems just as easily as it solves them. A few hard questions like that. Who owns the data about floods in your country, right? And is it accessible?
So,
do your emergency agencies actually talk to each other?
Okay, so the internet, I think the internet interruption. But guys, have you seen what we're doing? Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are following.
Very, very intuitive.
Yes, please.
So, so instead of probably typing a lot of prompts, we can have a conversation with
You
AI.
just have to have a conversation.
We can have a conversation with AI. So what next I'm going to do, I've talked about the flood issue. All right, so I'm going to ask it. So I take your advice. I take your advice regarding what the challenge or the gaps are. But what do you think are the challenges that we've been having as a country? I mean, in Ghana, because over the past decades, there have been frantic efforts to address this issue of flooding when we get to the rainy season, but we've not been successful. What do you think is the problem? Can you provide some statistical data on that? I would like you to leverage on the capability of Sankofa Bridge and only provide what is valid and what is verifiable, so we can take it out from there.
Right, let me search for the current verifiable.
Oh, the internet is not.
Yeah, it's not helpful.
I think at the moment the AI is thinking.
Searching the web.
Yeah, we got it.
There we go.
Please give me one moment. Okay.
Okay, so it says, let me, it's giving us something. It says, David, here is an honest diagnostic grounded in what is verifiable. I will separate physical causes from the institutional ones because that distinction is where most flood intervention, and it talks about a lot of stuff. So I think that there was an interruption somewhere. Can we take it off where we got to?
Right, yeah, we were deep into the flood analysis. Let me pick up where we landed. I just laid out that Ghana's flood problem isn't primarily information, it's institutional. The forecasting exists, early warning groups exist, but they fail because NADIMO has no budget, equipment gets stolen, agencies don't coordinate, and warnings don't reach communities in time through trusted channels. The real bottleneck is governance and funding, not data. Then I posed you a strategic question. Are you building a technical prediction tool, or are you building a coordination and accountability system? That actually forces agencies to talk and act together, because those are two very different projects. And only the second one genuinely reduces deaths. Where do you want to go from there?
As an expert, what is your opinion on this?
Right, here's my honest take as a thinking mind, not just an information source. I think you need to build the coordination system first, not the technical tool. Here's why. You already have meteorological forecasting, hydrological data, and downspillage information scattered across GNet, the Hydrological Authority, and VRA. The problem isn't that the data doesn't exist, it's that it doesn't flow to the right people at the right time through channels they actually trust and act on. So the real intelligence orchestration work isn't predicting floods, it's asking harder questions. Which agency should know what, when? Who has authority to issue evacuation orders? And why aren't they coordinating now? Why do community leaders say warnings don't reach them? Where does the communication chain actually break? A Sankofa bridge analysis would map those institutional workflows, identify the actual friction points, not the assumed ones, and then design an AI layer that sits in between those gaps as a forcing function, not just pushing alerts, but creating accountability. If GMET forecasts heavy rain and the Hydrological Authority sees rising water levels, but NIDMO hasn't been notified and communities haven't been warned, the system flags the gap and escalates it. That's different from building a pretty warning. The harder truth, you'll get more lives saved by fixing who talks to who than by building better predictions. And that's a government problem, not an AI problem. But AI can be the instrument that makes that governance failure visible and undeniable. Does that distinction land for you?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So I think what we have to do is that let's begin to, build a system. I want you to play the role now as a front end. Most of the time when I'm working on these things, I want to see the end game first before I begin. So I want to see some sort of visualization. So if you have some thoughts to share, just put it in and let's see the visuals. Maybe HTML, and then you show the visual on the other side. So we see what we'll be able to. But I want you to approach this project from a holistic point of view. It's a national emergency kind of command center. So if we are looking at coordination as the initial point, after coordination, we need to look at prediction and then monitoring in addition. So fuse all these things, but before you come out with the dashboard, first list the various things that we have to do, the various components that will go on the dashboard. Then we can take it up from there.
I think there might be some few corrections.
It's coming now.
Got it. Go ahead.
I believe it's a network issue,
Yeah,
or
I know.
AI is not thinking.
No, it's not thinking, it's the network. So
Network.
Okay.
No worries. Take your time. I'm listening whenever you're ready.
I think. Okay. Good evening.
so I had to because of the network, I have to put this thing in. We'll take it out from there. Good evening. You want to say something?
Yeah. Hello, sir. Good evening. This is Mr. Tata Iman.
I know. Yeah.
I want to inquire if AI can
Go ahead.
AI be wrong? Can AI be wrong?
Absolutely.
So that depends on what you feed it.
Can AI give a false answer?
It will give you a false answer based on what you give to it.
And people in, people out.
Do you get what I said?
Yes, sir. I asked a general question, and
I'm
I'm asking maybe.
I'm giving you a general answer. I'm saying that AI is as good or bad as you. If you ask
Okay.
ask AI to go and fetch data from somewhere, and it goes to fetch the data and gives it to you, it is not responsible. It's dealing with, what is available.
You're right. Mm-hmm. What is
Okay.
So you see what the model is doing?
Yeah.
It's building what? A screen for me, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I told it. And I can tell you, I can use this as the basis and build an entire system out of it through the conversation. All right? Because what I said is that it should list this. It said the coordination core, this is the heart. This is what is missing today. Multi-agency sync between GMET, Hydro, Authority, VRA, NADMO, and all that, plus a cross-border for what? Bagre Dam spillage from Burkina Faso, and all that. Okay, then it has a prediction layer here and the monitoring layer and the last mile communication, and it has a response and resources, accountability and governance. All right, so it's saying that you could have something zone at risk. This is the National Flood Command Center, which is the Sankofa Bridge. Okay, I will ask it what is Sankofa Bridge so that it explains it to us. Okay, then
what is the GMET?
Yeah, the zones at risk, agencies in sync, alert dispatch, open coordination gap, and then coordination core agent status. It has JMATs and all that. And this is how it's going to be. NADMO acknowledgement, and then escalation engine forecast issue for Odo Basin, but NADMO, blah, blah. Then monitoring and live sensors, it gives a last mile dispatch. And then this is what you have. You have also if you click, you see, I click here, detail in escalation dot, and then add a layer, then you have the map also here. So it's giving us something. Now, when I'm building a system, what I normally do is that the first thing I do is that I look for the end game. I want to see the dashboard, how to look like before I start building the system itself. And interestingly, when we're doing programming those times, we start with a database and all that, okay? Because without a database, you will not know which tables, but AI is able to work, from back, okay? So with this, I can go ahead and build a very solid system, okay, that I want through the conversation. What I want to do is ask the AI I'm
Yeah,
sorry
he's
about
gone off.
Might be
I
connect.
The network
His network.
problem.
He'll be back. He'll
I'm back.
reconnect, please.
Yes, I think it is his network. So he'll be back. If you
I'm
can
back.
kindly
Your line went
express
off.
his
We didn't
patience.
hear you.
He is
Can you hear
back.
me? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now, Doc.
Okay. All right. All right, I think this is good. So I'm going to ask the AI a question. I mean, ask that what is Sankofa? So it's going on. You see what is happening? It's going on to build the tiers for me. It said, here's the ladder it climbs once you fuse bend down. Okay. I think what I was saying was also was also recorded. That's okay. So you have coordination gap. That is the problem. And then the fuse, tier 0, tier 1, tier 2, and all that. The beauty about Claude is that Claude, they have the capacity to do all these things. But the problem is that the error rate compared to ChatGPT with Claude, with coding, you might want to start with Claude and then refine the code in ChatGPT or Cursor, right? Cursor is a platform that it's also used for code. But in all, when it comes to coding, ChatGPT beats all of them. Claude does very well in terms of building the system infrastructure. The governance layer is also very good. I want to ask it a question. So can you, with this system we want to build, can I, at the point in time, leave it and come back to it? But before we go, just let me know, what is this Sankofa Bridge? What is it about? The Sankofa Bridge, what is it about? And how does it help us with this thing? And how different is it from the normal Claude? That is yourself.
Right, let me answer those three things like that. What Sankofa Bridge is, how it applies to this flood system, and how it differs from how I normally think. What is Sankofa Bridge? It's your methodology. You built it. It's a deep learning framework that combines African epistemology, particularly Ubuntu ethics and /next synthesis, culture, with rigorous systems thinking. The core idea is that you go backward to go forward. You dig into the actual historical and institutional failures, the real names and dates and people who made decisions, rather than treating problems generic or technical. Then you build solutions that embed accountability, human custodianship, and communal benefit into the architecture itself, not as an afterthought. How it applies to the flood system we're designing. Normal emergency management tools ask, how do we predict floods faster and warn people better? That's a technical question. Sankofa Bridge asks, why have floods been recurring in Africa since the 1930s? Which specific agencies failed at which specific decision points? What power structures allow silence? You went backward into the data, the 2015 disaster, the VRA spillage last year, the Nadama resource gaps, and only then designed for you. That's why the escalation engine isn't just a notification system, it's built to make institutional silence visible and permanent. It embeds accountability into the tool itself. The ordinary approach to this would be build a dashboard, hand it to them, hope they use it. The Sankofa Bridge approach is design the system so that inaction becomes a recorded fact what the peer agencies see. That's different. It's not about letting things are. It's about the system of that political and dynamics and refusing to let them hide. How it's different from how I normally think. That's the honest part. By default, I reason like most Western AI systems do. I optimize for elegance. I abstract problems into universal patterns.
Anyway, so let me end it. So it was trying to, it said how different, it said the honest part by default I reason like most Western AI system. I optimize for elegance, abstract problems into universal patterns. I build generic solutions. Here's a flawed warning system that could work anywhere. Sankofa Bridge forces me. Did you hear that? Are you guys there?
Yes,
Very
yeah,
good.
yes,
Yes, Doc.
Sankofa Bridge forces me to stay rooted in Ghanaian specific history, Ghana specific power structures, Ghana specific cultural values. It says don't abstract away from Odo River or Nadmo's actual underfunding or the fact that community leaders in Accra speak multiple languages. Those details aren't noise, they are the point. And yes, you are absolutely right to pause here and come back. The conversation has moved from diagnosis into design. And the next phase actually specified data flow, the agency agreement, the authority handoff, and that, and all. So you cannot use AI today without a governance layer. You cannot use AI today without a governance layer. Whoever is using AI today, like ChatGPT and all that, without a governance layer, and you are relying on prompting alone, you're going to have a problem. Because these platform tells you that they are aligned to what? Western epistemologies. But they need a model to force it, right? To and let me give you an example. Most of us use the platform to write publications, papers, right? So you are submitting a paper to an African journal and you are using a Western AI. What do you think will happen? I'm asking a question.
I think it's going to take
And
from the
something
West.
that we have.
It is actually going to give you your result based on models that were used by Western
Yeah,
culture or information acquired from the Western world.
right.
Who else?
Yes.
Yeah, to my knowledge, I'm thinking almost the same that he just said, because it will always base of the Westerners command, right, and any norms with Westerners to answer whatever question or whatever input you put into it. I don't know if I...
Hello, Doc.
Yeah.
And also, some of these certain houses have their rules, and therefore it's going to use the rules that are not applicable at those accepting journal centers.
So you guys see that these things are very technical. Have you seen it? They
Yes,
are.
Doc.
And for us as being trained to be experts, we need to know this. So reason why the new models that are created, like the Sankofa Bridge and others, I might not be able to send you the model this time, but I might be able to help you install it, right? When when I see you, because I'm patenting them, so I cannot give them out. But I think that everyone who has been trained would have to get this model installed on his PC, on any of the AI models, so that you save yourself from this problem. The good news for you to know is that the VPF, which we created as the first model that we created, we have done VPF for a deployable model for the entire 6 continents. So it means that anyone in US who is using VPF is going to use the US indigenous and ancestral intelligence as its anchor. If it's in Antarctica, it's going to do the same thing. If it's in Asia, it's going to do things. And the beauty is that if it's even in Asia, country specific, you see that now Sankofa knows that the project is in Ghana, so it is enforcing the rules of Ghana. If it were to be Nigeria, it will enforce the rules of what? The indigenous and ancestral intelligence for Nigeria. So country and continent specific. And that's the beauty of that. I didn't, Dr. Watson has been telling me that he's been using the model to do crazy things. I didn't realize that, you do these things and you yourself testing it, you can test it to a certain extent until I started building applications with it. And I realized that we are in for trouble on the positive. That if we have models that can really enforce the AI to this strict governance and then get what you want, then it means that we can do a lot of things. With these models. All right. So the same conversation that we had, we can have the same with ChatGPT, Claude, and all that open conversation like that. So what I want you to do, if you have any ideas and you want to start a project, don't start with complex prompt. Don't do that. It might not be necessary. Now, the key thing in being an expert using the AI, in understanding the AI, that it can have different form of persona. And it is the engagement we have with the model that allow the model to release more information. Sometimes it might keep it. It might not give it to you. You understand? The same model you said it should get some Sanskar data. I said, I'm limited. I cannot get it. But I can have a conversation that the AI can give you the same data I said it cannot get it for you. So see it as a human, even though it doesn't have feelings, because it is our what do you call it? Our intelligence that has been simulated into it. See it as human, all right? That it has emotion that cannot be shown. And it also gets offended. In fact, for Claude will tell you bullshit, right? When it is angry. I've had back and forth with Claude. There are certain projects I can't show with you, but I've had back and forth with Claude, and it's just amazing. One other thing I want to draw your attention to is this, and then I'll flip off to something else. So you guys know that when we do we have artists here, those who write books and all that?
Yes, dog. I've written 6 books.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show them to you. I use AI.
25 books. Felix, you have published your first book, I know.
Yeah, I have a couple of books also, Doc.
Okay. So what I'm going to show you is one of the secrets. Are you aware that if I write a book, I have a book here, I want to show it to you. I've written a book on mining. I want to show it to you. It's out, but because it's for the mining community, I have to confer with, I showed it to them the other time, I have to confer with the minister, the chief director. We're having Guzi to do the forward so that we launch it with them and then we hand it over to them. It's for the mining. Everything you need to mine is in there, okay? It has, let me take it back. It has the ISDN number. Have you seen it? Here. Guys, are you seeing it? Ghana Library. Yeah, we've gotten everything. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to just show you something. So this mine is about 280 pages, right? Are you aware that you can use this whole book as also context, as a framework? Are you aware? Let me decode it.
What do you mean? Please explain.
No, let me decode it. Okay. Let me put my mic my distance on. Let me see. Where am I? Yeah. So that you can see my pen. I'm saying that. Are you aware that you can use the entire book as a framework to write another book?
Not at all, Doc.
No, we are not aware.
No, sir.
Let me rewind. You are not still getting it.
Is it
No, I'm aware. I have done it.
That's
I'm
possible.
aware.
Hey.
Felix, are you aware of that?
Some of us are not aware.
I'm
Yeah,
aware.
I mean,
No.
AI
So,
can practically.
how do you do that? How do you do that? Let's have a discussion. How do you
I never knew you can use AI to write a book.
Oh, that one is you can use AI to write a book. That is very simplistic, right?
That's very simple.
You can
Yeah.
use AI to write a book.
So,
So
can
Faraday,
I?
you say you can use it as a context to write another book. So how do you go about it?
Yes. What I did at the beginning is that all the conversation and all the project that I have done, I tried to design my own system, a framework, token framework. Then in that framework, then I tried to anything that I want to do. Then I instructed the AI that anything at all that I'm writing, it should be in African context, fused with African proverbs. Then everything should be African oriented.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the whole book, I don't know whether you get, can be used as a framework to write other books. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm going to show that to you.
Hello, dog.
I shouldn't do this here.
Hello, dog.
Dog.
Hello, dog.
Yes. Hey, I'm a man.
Yes, Doc. Doc,
they are here. Okay. Oh, do we have? Let me find out. Do we have our CSIR guys here? Oh, okay, I saw.
Yeah.
I saw.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
I'm around.
I saw. So, and then we have Ministry of Communication. We have them here. I can see Accra Technical University. I can see our guys from Niger. I don't know whether we have the Cameroonians here and the Liberian guys here. But I should think we have Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, some of them here. Do we have any of them here? And then NCA. Is Clive around? NCA, we should have. Good. Clive is also around. Oh, I've seen Gilbert. Also,
to respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I wanted to respond.
Yeah. So ATU, ATU is here. I know. Oh, Emilia. Okay, so
your friend Hippolyte is also here from Tampa.
So what I'm going to do, I'm saying that you can use a whole book as a framework to write other books. So, and all these things, they are not written cast in stone in any book. So what I'm trying to do is over the period because of, MUG is here. I attended MUG, so I'm actually the alumni president. MUG, thanks for coming. So once we do this, and if Irene is here.
Also from Whole Technical University.
Yeah. Whole Technical University.
I'm here, dog.
Sunyani, are you guys also here? Sunyani and Kintampo. I think Kintampo is also here. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yes, dog, you are right. Kintampo, we are here.
Good. Fantastic. So what we have done in the trainings, there are things that I'll not be able to teach there, but I can only teach the expert. GCTU, okay, all right. I can teach here because this is a community. Now, if I'm able to succeed using a whole book to write another book, then what it means is that I can use one powerful article to write another article. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are getting it. Very well.
You get it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's look at this. So I have this book. I want to just walk you through a little bit. It talks about, of course, what it means is that the first book that you are using to do this book, you should have understood
No,
how
Master Ghana one. Oh,
you
no,
should
no, Ghana said one.
you should have understood, look at the book, read it, understood it very well before you attempt to do what I'm going to do. It could lead to a disaster. You can have it also as a shortcut, right? So I'm having this book. This is the dedication and everything. I have it here. Talks about Ghana mining civilization. So this book, chapter 1 to chapter, I think 11. Okay. For chapter 1 to 11, it talks about, it gives guidance to and shares knowledge about mining, some specific things that you need to know. From here, it changes the whole game, part 3. So now we are doing applied AI. So it begins with, it's the same Sankofa bridge. It says, gold lies hidden in the earth. Wisdom lies in the one who works it. Sika she asasimu na nyansa she adwene ejumayenimu. Right? Now, this is the chapter. It starts with, we're going to do applied AI here. So it starts with the background of the problem first. Gives you the background. And it gives you the logic. Okay, the AI intervention logic. This is a new paradigm that I'm using to write. If you read my book, you are not reading text. You are reading a manual. You are reading a toolkit that you can apply. So section 2 talks about this. And then section 3 comes to what? The practical prompt system. Okay. Then you start generic exploration framing. So this one is for exploration. So I give you an example. Is that this prompt is analytical opening for any structured good exploration engagement in Ghana. It is intended for exploration geologists, junior and mid-tier exploration vehicles, and technical advisors of the Minerals Commission Exploration Directorate and a broader analytical community supporting early-stage exploration decisions. The prompt produces a structured exploration framing document that situates a specific target area within Ghana's geological, regulatory, customary, and operational context. Then it goes on. Then the actual prompt comes. All right? This is the actual prompt. This is the prompt for it. Right? That's how this book. Then it tells you the expected output. A capable LLM should produce an exploration framing document that integrates geological, customary, and we've done this for the 360 activity in mining. So this prompt can be used as workflow. You can just copy it as it is, and then dump it as a workflow or integrate it into anything. So just imagine you have several of these prompts in there. Now, this is how I've written this. But I would want the way I've written this book, the same format, to be used in a different context. So I'm going to take this book and this is it. So I'm loading it here. So let's see if it will load. The internet will allow us to load everything. Okay. So I want you to use the, okay. I want you to use the context I have attached as a framework to write another book. And this time, I would like to look at the energy sector. You need to follow religiously on the framework of the chapters. But this will be written in the context of the energy, sector. And the topic should align with what the framework has done. But what I would like you to do is to develop the structure, how the outline is going to look at, and then we zoom into writing the chapters. You are going to maintain the font size. The text is 12 points. And in addition, oh my goodness, you guys didn't tell him, I'm in ChatGPT. I need to do this in Claude. Sorry about that. Did you see I was doing this in ChatGPT? Did you guys see that? Because ChatGPT cannot produce that, right?
Oh, okay.
I thought I was going to give it. So why to use this one? Yes, why not? Why are you not using ChatGPT?
So it cannot. Okay, there's a hand. Joseph, let me answer your question. So ChatGPT can use it, but okay. So let me explain this with this one. Model developer strength, and ChatGPT is used for reasoning and writing analysis, Richard's business coding, Claude, Anthropic, long context. Have you seen it? Safety, legal policy document. Claude can produce 300-page document and at a go, and then give it to you. Right? Of course, if you want to do that, you need to be a master. I would not allow it to give me 300-page document anyway, because I don't write book like that. I do a lot of, changes and reasoning in the various chapters. So that's why I'm asking it to drill down for me. But I just want you to know, if you want a long, you might not want to do ChatGPT. ChatGPT is now doing about 120,000 tokens per page, right? That casts off the whole thing. You have to do it incrementally. So I'm doing this because I'm uploading this into Claude and I'm asking it to do something. And the way it's going to render it, for this aspect of this task, I prefer Claude than ChatGPT. So you see all the applications and what they are used for. So if I want to do video, I will do 11 Labs or Gemini or Sora, right? Grok has also come out with some videos which you can also use. And then DeepSeek for what? Engineering. For engineering work, you want to do building, mechanical engineering, and the coding. It's also very good for coding. ChatGPT coding is better than any of the models. But of course, there are other code platforms that are also trying. But I've seen that because when it comes to correction, ChatGPT can give you very refined when you have you make a mistake and you want to correct it. It does that for you, hands down. Okay, Joseph, Joseph something. You want to? Yeah.
So, good evening, please.
Yeah.
Please, with regards to the club, you upload the whole book. So that is about 200 and something pages. So I was wondering.
Yeah, 280 pages.
280 pages. And I was wondering, since sort of the list information given to the AI sort of makes it give you more precise answers with regards to your questions. So the context that you are given it, which is the whole book, will it in the long run affect the output of what Claude is going to give you and likely cause hallucination along the way? And if that is supposed to happen, how would you recommend you proceed from a session which hallucination is taking place?
I said that. Okay, so but let me maybe modify this. The more context you give, the more better output you get. Do you get it? It's only if you are giving one instruction that you are giving, you are over explaining yourself. All right. Let me give you an example. You say that the AI should develop a proposal for you. The proposal should be maybe 30,000 pages. It should have this and this. Then when you are talking again, you say that at a point in time, you can also consider escalating it to 50,000 or bringing it down to 30,000. The AI will be confused, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you are given clarity in your prompt, then what it means is that you are this book. I'm only asking the AI. In fact, I'm making the AI's work very easy because it knows how the chapters are structured, isn't it? It knows the font size that it has to use. It knows the font names. The type of prompt that it needs to execute, it only has to contextualize it. So this work becomes easier for the AI rather than now going to reason and bring down something. So the more context you give, the better for you. But you want to do this. You want to do this. You want to do this when you actually on top of your game and you know what you are doing. I am doing this because what I'm writing is a toolkit and a manual, and I want it to be standardized, right? If it's a publication, then I see that that particular paper is one of the most cited paper. I want to use that framework it used and the wording that it used in a different context. I can just upload the whole thing to it and ask the AI, and it depends what I'm going to tell it to do. Okay, so this is just to tell you these things are possible. You can do them. So I'm going to say here that I would like you to use the attached book as a framework to develop another book in the area of energy. Look at the context, develop an appropriate topic. Give me about 2 of the topics so that I'll approve one. And then also develop a comprehensive outline. The font's size and requirements, as you see, should be complied with as indicated in the attached book. Let me see your thought on what I want to do. If it makes sense as a partner, let me know. If you think that I'm overthinking, also let me know. In other words, let me know your strength with this job. You are to apply the Sankofa bridge and layered with the visionary prompt framework with all the 8 chambers. So let me see your initial thoughts first, Then we can move to the comprehensive outline. Then we can zoom into writing the chapters. And this is what I want you to do. ChatGPT does the same thing. Let me make it bigger. Anytime the AI is working, please read what it's doing. I've been doing this thing for, some years now. That's what helped me to now know how the model thinks. So you see that I say, I'll start by reading the attached book carefully so I understand the framework, the formatting font requirement, and how you have structured the Sankofa Bridge VPF architecture. Good. I have the full structure. Can you imagine? 280 pages. It says it has the structure. Did you hear that? Did you see that?
Yes, Doc.
I don't know what.
Yes,
I don't know
Doc.
what.
Yes, Doc.
Yes.
In 2 minutes.
No, this is serious. This is serious. I just wanted you to see this. Now, let me read the methodology
Speed of
section.
light.
Within this, he has finished reading the book. He's done. How many minutes?
Less than a minute, Doc.
Playing with the AI, know that
Seconds.
you are in for trouble. That is the tool that we are handling, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? It said the method, the preface, how to use the sample AI chapter to understand the Sankofa Bridge 8 this thing. Let me examine one AI orchestration chapter to see exactly the prompt systems are formatted. It's looking at the format and where the Sankofa Bridge VPA 8 layer appear. So that's what it's doing. Let me capture the exact topographic specification so that I can state the formatting requirement precisely. So architecting energy book structure, mirroring mining framework. Have you seen what is happening? All these things are done within some few seconds. I can tell you if I'm using the $120 maximum. If I had elevated it to, let's say, another $100, this thing would have been just seconds. The speed at which it will reach. I've gone through the whole volume. Did you see that? The architecture and the voice and the exact typographic specs. Before I propose anything, here is what I actually land as working partner on this. My honest read on the idea. Energy isn't just a reasonable companion to mining book. It's arguably the most strategic adjacency in your whole corpus for two reasons. That are specific to your position. First, the mining book already opens the door. Chapter 5, lithium, graphite, manganese, battery future, and energy transition. It's a bridge you have built in energy without finishing the crossing. Second, the more importantly, a 24-hour economy, a physical impossible without run the clock, affordability, sovereign power. Energy is the literal enabling infrastructure of the mandate you advise on. A mining intelligence volume sits beside the 24-hour agenda, and energy intelligence volume sits underneath it. So no, you are not overthinking the value. This is high leverage. Where I would gently push back. Energy is broader than mining. Mining is one coherent extraction sector. Energy is really three distinct what industries stacks together: electricity, power, petroleum, gas, renewable transition, each with its own institution, economics, and politics. The mining book worked partly because its subject was bounded. if we try to make one energy volume exhaustively cover power, plus oil, plus gas, plus solar, plus nuclear, plus hydrogen at the same depth, it balloons past 350 to 400 pages and the focus dilutes. So the real decision in front of us isn't energy or not. It's which cut of energy. That's what the two topics below are designed to what? Fulfill. So it talks about all this, then give the topic. The first one, AI and energy intelligence orchestration, the sovereign power, the 24-hour economy, and the intelligent energy future. It gives this one. And then I think we have option 2 here, energy transition. And so what I'm going to tell it is that as a partner, and okay, let me dictate. As a partner and an expert in this area, I just want you to put on your cap and suggest what you think will be the best option. So we'll be able to do 2 things. Use this as a complete manual or a guide or a toolkit, and also have the marketability of the book at the same time. So just decide and give me a feedback.
Right. Putting on the expert cap, and I'm being direct here because this is what you're asking for. Go with option 1, AI for energy intelligence orchestration. Here's why, clinically, on completeness and utility. Option 1 is the manual that actually works as a sovereign toolkit. Every energy institution in Ghana, the Energy Commission, ECG, Gridco, VRA, GNBC, the regulatory bodies, has a seat at that table and finds themselves in those chapters. They can deploy the promise. They can integrate it into their systems. It's not theoretical, it's operational across the whole system. Option 2 is intellectually tighter, but leaves gaps. A Gridco engineer needs to understand dispatch optimization, not just where the electrons come from. A tariff regulator needs revenue modeling, not just transition philosophy. Option 1 serves both the policymaker and the engineer. Option 2 serves the strategist. On market positioning and institutional reach, the mining book already has a natural institutional home. The Minerals Commission, CSIR, the universities, the mining companies themselves, they're your buyers and your deployment sites. But energy is bigger, institutionally. You're not selling to one sector, you're selling to 5 or 6 nested ones. Power generation, distribution, petroleum, renewables, grid management, regulation. The breadth of option 1 actually multiplies your addressable market, not dilutes it. Every industry that took
All right, so I don't want to belabor the point. It says, my strength in this job, I can deliver option 1 at the same time, at the same production quality and depth as the mining book. The architecture is proven, the chapter spine is clearer. Because energy governance is actually more institutionally settled than mining governance in the same way, the prompt will be immediately deployable, and I can have the full outline locked chapter and drafted within the timeline you are working. That's the call. Shall we lock option 1 and the outline? So I say proceed. The same proceed we've been using in ChatGPT is the same thing here, right? So, all right. I have a question here, a hand raised. Shishi, your hand is up. Yes, Shishi, your hand is up.
Yeah, Doc.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Doc. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead,
Doc,
Shishi.
please. Sorry to ask. So looking at what Claude is doing, so I'm asking because there are some students who have also joined from Who Technical University. So for instance, if I take if I take a journal, it means that Claude can look at the journal and direct or give suggestions to topics and help write a whole proposal or thesis on a topic, isn't it?
It will do what? Say that again.
So, like what you are using Claude to do right now, you've taken a whole book and Claude is trying to, write a new book out of that, isn't it?
I'm not dumping the entire book. I'm going to write in chapters, right? And for each chapter that comes out, I need to read and understand because I have 2 PhDs. I can't go and embarrass myself. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to go on this tangent, I'm only showing you as expert that a whole book can be a framework for you. You get it? Because essentially that's what China is doing. Everybody is doing. They take your product, they look at it, and they replicate and improve. You get what I'm saying? That's what is done. So let me ask you a question. If I've even not told you this, would you even know that you can do this? The fact that you know is knowledge. That not only writing books, that you can take a picture of a drone, right? Take the manual of the drone, okay? Take the screen, how the software is structured, and put it in Claude and ask Claude to replicate same, and then you escalate it. That's what China is doing. It doesn't make them unintelligent. Are you there? It's just that our train, the way we are trained to always chew and pour. And we think that if you cannot memorize, you are not intelligent. Intelligence have changed. And very soon this thing, institutions will get to know of this. Because what I'm taking you through is a skill you need to develop. It's a skill everyone needs to develop. What it means is that you don't have to give assignments the way you used to. You don't ask students that explain and list. Those things we do are a thing of the past. Our institutions very soon, now that we have adopted AI, you realize that sit down test will stop very soon because there will be no need for it. Why do we do exams? To test whether students, have intelligence. And we have defined intelligence as memorization and then recall. Intelligence is not seen as only memorization. In fact, memorization is just, some 2% of it in this era of AI. Because today, if I want to know, what date Nkrumah was born, I can speak to my AI to give me. So I don't have to keep it in the memory. I have to rather use the memory to do something powerful rather than this. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying, but that's the response.
Yeah.
I'll give you a follow-up question. Okay. Irene, your hand was up.
Yes, Doc. I think he wanted to. The question he was asking is almost the same as mine. So what we want to know is this: if I take a very good article that has been cited so much, and I have an idea of what I want to do, can I also, just like the way you are doing it, put it in cloud, and then also give a prompt like the prompt you've given for it to give me an idea based on what is written and what I want to do?
Obviously,
so that
I'm saying that that is what is being done everywhere.
Okay.
It's just that everybody is pretending. That's all he's doing.
Okay. All right. I think was what he was trying to know, because most students, we also have students online.
No, why are you afraid of the student? Allow them to do it.
No, we are saying that should they? No, we're trying to let them learn, not they should need it to learn and do it better.
Irene, what do you define as learning? That they should sit down and read their notes.
What we are doing now.
No, you want them to sit down and read their notes.
So we've
That's
learned
what-
something new.
See,
So be more efficient.
So what I'm saying is that the way we learn today has changed.
Has changed, exactly.
That is what we are trying to say.
Yeah, and if you see, we who are here need to understand the terrain. You are here. I put Claude, right? I put, what do you call it? A book. And Claude reads a 300-page book in just 2 minutes. You think that intelligence is memorization and recall? No, then you'll be left behind.
No, it's not. It's not.
Then you'll be left behind. That should tell you that the game has changed. This time, you see, when our case we're using our phones to do sophisticated things and all that, say, remember, when they take the phone, they do sophisticated things, so things that I even don't understand. The same child comes home and then in school, they are 30 in the class and he was 29. You say the guy is unintelligent. But guess what? He takes your phone and does something that you are not able to do. Because at the school, they come and they give you dictation. 2 + 2 is equal to 4. And they give you a whole essay to memorize, French to do. At the end of the day, what they are teaching you is what industry, is replacing with AI. I'm saying that there's a new intelligence in the building. The intelligence is how to apply the tools. Today is who is able to use the tools effectively.
Okay.
Because no book writer will sit down and write the book we used to write. Anyone who is writing book that is in the Stone Age. Do you understand? So now the differentiating factor is prompting and intelligence. So you think that the conversation I'm having with the AI, it is mere conversation. Hello?
No.
I am the use of certain specific words. And we need to train ourselves to be able to do that. You see, most of the times I push the burden to the AI. Have you seen that? I push the burden to the AI. I don't know whether you like that. I push the burden.
Yes.
I'm in a stalemate and he asks a question. I say, what do you think as an expert? I elevate his position as an expert. So then it takes that persona and gives me back. The ability to even know that thing, how to converse with the AI in that level, is even a skill that is needed now. Okay. That is. So, Felix, your hand is up.
Yeah,
Felix,
yes, Doc. I'm just kind of worried about what the professors are thinking and how they are going to come on board. Because at the end of the day, they would have a very big role to play in our AI transition in terms of from an educational perspective. So from what you said, what signals are you seeing as far as that needed transition is concerned?
Felix, there's one thing I can tell you. So this is what is going to happen. In those in the age of the internet, when it started, it was the same thing we were grappled with. Okay, when some people were spewing some hatred for the system, a whole number of things that were happening at a point in time. But what happened at the end of the day was that those who opposed what we were doing, they were cut off from the whole system. All right. I know some guy who was very good. I'm a mathematician. In fact, if he has to take a trottor, he will walk and he will tell you that he used to teach at Temasco. He will tell you that the working, he used some energy, blah, blah, blah. A whole lot of nonsense. All right. When we started installing these computers in schools and they were using, by the time he realized, I mean, computers with calculators and whatever had taken over. Okay. So what is going to happen is that what is even interesting is that they are building more of AI assistants as professors and all that. Okay. So whatever you have in your head is what has been simulated into machines. And the AI can read books faster than you. It can read books faster than you. Whatever you are doing, it can do it faster than you. It can supervise students, give feedback, very good feedback. Not today that you go and sit on a panel for defense and somebody spews. A professor said that the methodology is not good. And when you ask him to explain, he doesn't even understand what he's saying. All those things will be thing of the past. But if professors are smarter, they will use this as an opportunity to learn. You get it? Because right now, whatever before you give, the AI helps you give a feedback to a student. You might have read it, isn't it? Because you're going to have a discussion with a student. So that will give you how things. So what is happening here, we should not be too worried, because to the extent that if Ghana had not come out with an AI strategy, then you have a problem. Now it has been institutionalized. There's an responsible AI authority seated at the Ministry of Communication. They are going to appoint a CEO to, just as Dubai had AI minister. We are having a responsible AI authority, just as NCA. That will be a full-fledged directorate under them. So this signal should tell the professors that the path that they are taking in the next 5 years, most of them will be useless. Because the issue of plagiarism will not come in anyway. Nobody will be talking about plagiarism.
Exactly.
Nobody will be talking about innovation, because thesis and things that we write and then we throw it over there will not be a thing of the past. You see project work where students have gone and built something and they are showing. You see those in marketing, they will come out with a marketing campaign, system. Do you understand? Rather than, coming out with some text, and then they will do their PowerPoint presentation, demonstrate to you how the platform works. Okay, those who are into are great will come out with a produce that they did a documentary that they came up with something and planted the seedling, and within this they use AI technology, and it was able to use certain. Those are the things that are going to come. So if I see people who are just pushing this thing back at this stage and saying that, the student can replicate, if the student can reproduce a whole book with another prompt, that is knowledge, it's intelligence. You see, you need to be intelligent to use artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not for idiots. No. You need to be intelligent to use artificial intelligence. So that's you shouldn't be worried. These things, that's how it started. And then by the time they realized, one pastor, I think I told you this thing, the one pastor, when this phone thing came, he said it's part of the 666 that is coming, the mark. So when you have the phone, it is the mark of the beast, right? Now that pastor has a big church. They do online service. They have Facebook page, TikTok, and all that. And it takes giving through Momo.
Yeah.
That's it, Pastor. The last time I saw him, I just looked at him and I laughed. He said, we learn. If we don't know, there's nothing wrong being taught. I looked at him, I shook my head. So that's how it is. Now, thank God he adopted early. Other than that, it would have been. So when we went on lockdown, he was one of the churches that flourished because he was already running an online service. You get it? So he got all the members to have Zoom and Teams account already before the lockdown came. And his church was one of the fast growing churches when the lockdown came, because he was not spending any electricity at church. But they do the service, the musicians, they come and then play. He will be there alone in the church. And then, they will project that through, the images so that they will see. But if we was having a full congregation, AC will be on, light will be on, and all that. But he was home collecting money. He didn't have any problem. All right. And people were getting their results. Okay. So as for the adoption, my worry was not whether the professors they come in or not. My worry was Ghana was delaying in the AI strategy. So once they drop that, whatever any professor says, just ignore it. Any smart institution, what they would do, they will take one of the AI pillars and they will expand it. And they use it as the basis now to go for new programs at GTech. Do you understand? And change their time. That's what they should be doing now. So before the other guys start coming in, then they are gone. So you realize that for your institution, before somebody gets out, he's already employed. He has something that he's doing. He has a product that an organization needs. That's where we are getting into. Companies are looking for people with prompt engineering skills now that will solve on-spot problems and all that. Okay. So that's what the game is. So we shouldn't be too worried about them. As for this noise, they made them in the past, and this will be one of them. And one thing that is certain is that they will be crashed out of the system. That one is certain. So when you see them jumping, just leave them.
Serious.
That one is certain. Oh, Prince,
This
you
is
are here.
prophetic. It's prophetic.
No, it's not prophetic. It's not prophetic. It's true. No, you don't
It's
need
bound
prophetic.
to happen.
No, it will happen. It will happen. There's nothing you can do about it. It is bound to happen. You are here. People are using missiles they are doing AI war now. You understand? Iran and this thing, that's what they are doing. China is almost automating almost every task, right, in industries. That's what they are doing. And then you are here talking about who copies and who doesn't copy. And what is that? That's what you think about. And one professor, we had a discussion with one professor. I asked him that with all the knowledge that you say this one will make people lazy, would you be not being lazy? What have you done? What have you done for the country? Nothing. We are just there occupying spaces at the university. We are wasting money on our awards. They graduate from school and they become unemployed. True or false? Unless we use connections. We use connections to fix them. When they get into the organization, it will take them 3 years before they settle. They even know what they are doing, because the course they did is at par with, what is at variance with what they are being taught there. You get it? That's what is happening in the system. Because we are institutionalizing the whole thing. But I can tell you, those who have seen the way and they are now using other means to get their wards educated, they are rather getting value than what we are doing. That is the open truth. Yeah, Prince, your hand was up.
Yes, thank you very much, Doctor, and good evening to everyone.
Yes.
Just to share an experience on this same topic, I had an encounter with a professor during a training session, and then the whole point was this is actually going to make everyone lazy. People will not learn. So I threw a challenge, and I did a very simple thing. You made mention earlier that you can actually build AI into any type of assistant that you want. So I actually built an assistant right before them, and the whole architecture of that assistant, instead of the assistant marking the output of a student, all I told the assistant to do was to rather assess the engagement of the student with the AI, and then give feedback as to how good the student was able to engage with the AI, before getting the output. So at the end of the day, you, the one supervisor, perhaps going to grade the student, you are not going to assess just the output. Rather, you are looking at the engagement, the depth of engagement the student has with the AI. In that way, you are doing two things. You are encouraging the student to learn how to use it better, and you are not faulting the student for using the product. And in fact, when I did that and they tested it, none of them was able to ask any question again. So it is about time when things are changing. We also have to fine tune how we approach things to make sure we fit well into the system and we all flow together. So that was my experience, and I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you very much.
Guys, Prince is so far he was the overall best student in our first graduation. And Prince is doing, I'm supposed to evaluate something he has done. I've not gotten time to do that, but I'm going to get back to him. He's built a system he wants me to look at. He's doing some wonderful things since he graduated, and he has been very consistent, right? Built his own chatbot. What he explained was an assistant that he has built, that the AI interrogates you to test your cognitive levels and all that. And I think that's very good. We are running out of time. So Daniel Kwame Mate, if you can give your comment.
Doc, thank you for
yeah, just a minute. Clive, are you ready? And there's also another guy here, I've forgotten the name. They want to show us briefly what they've done with the AI.
Yes, Doc, I'm here.
You are here.
And
then Prince, do you also want to show us something that you have done? I would love to share, give you five minutes to do that.
Sir, you said I should join a group when we come on the page.
Yeah. I'll send the link to those who would want to. And let me say this, Felix, you remember I told you guys that the National AI Master Class experts will be training them. We'll be having a training at the Accra Digital Center. So we send it, but I'll send a form. Those who are interested, please. When I say those who are interested, you should be interested to use the AI from the day we start, 12 hours every day. If you cannot do that, don't come and disturb us. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't have that dedication, because we are going to do that for consistent 3 months and turn you to a beast. Turn you to a beast so that when we have any national assignment, we have to train in-house or outside the country. There are couple of trainings that are coming so that I will not be too engaged. I will trust that you'll be able to. We are not just training you as prompt engineer. We are changing how you reason to align with how the AI perceives things. That is what I have become. And that's why I'm able to have this integration with the AI. Right? So that is what it is. I want you to just take note of that. So please, give your comments so that I can allow Clive, if you can share your screen whilst you're talking. Yeah, go ahead. There was a hand up, you were making a point. Oh, well, those who have raised your hand, is it that you want to be part of the experts or you have a question?
We want to have the form to join.
Abroka, you are also doing something, right? Abroka. I think I saw it in or somewhere. You were also, this is also another crazy guy. So Abroka, I would like to introduce this guy to you, Clive. Clive, are you here? Is Clive here? Okay. Clive is also doing his PhD. I think Tete, one guy here, is also doing his PhD. I think the three of you guys can meet together. That would be a very powerful team. So Abrok, if you can put your number, Tete, you to also put your number on the chat. Just say I'm
Okay.
a PhD, so you can pick it up from there. And then, no,
Okay.
I'm saying that I will send a link for those who are interested to click. I don't intend to take a large number. I just want maximum, I want 20 people for now. Then if you cannot use the model for 12 hours a day, my minimum I do is 12 hours a day. Now that I'm done, I'll just go and take my shower and then just take about 30 minutes now. And now I'll be ready to do my own personal studies. All these things I'm doing is not part. And I've done this consistently for more than 15 years. Right?
Wow.
So if you see the things I'm doing, it's not just that I'm doing. And if you're serious and you want to go on that tangent, it's going to help you. So that's what I have to say. Oh, Maxwell, you are here. Maxwell,
Yes,
you want to?
Doc.
So, okay, go ahead. I know you have some announcement for it.
Yes. So I think before the session ends, since we are all coming from different groups, I think it will be best we create just one WhatsApp platform now, so that the link will be sent to the chat box here, so that those of us here can join. And then if there is any announcement you want to share to those who are on this page, who join today's training, it can be shared there for us to, because the groups are many.
Do you guys agree to this?
That makes sense.
Yes, Doc.
Makes sense.
Yes, Doc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
You will
Yes, Doc.
make it.
Okay, Maxwell. Then whilst we are having the discussion, create the group
Yes,
and
so
then drop it here.
We'll do so.
Okay, so you tell Sean that anytime he's doing a broadcast, he should take this group out so we don't have duplication. Of messages sent. So just create it. Which name do you want to? Maybe name it Sankofa or something.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So who is ready to share the screen?
Doc, I'm ready.
Okay. So go ahead. Just let us know what you have done, and then let me. I want to ask some questions and feedback from them. So let me just see briefly what. Just let you know that a number of guys have done some crazy things here, right? And because of time, but I think we'll allocate time so that they will show some of these things to us. Those of you who have done some of these things. So if you need a feedback from us, we can give you the feedback. Okay. From that.
mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so walk us through.
We can't hear.
Yes, walk us through. Yeah. Boss, we are listening. Are you there? John? You are muted. Unmute. You are muted. Please unmute yourself. John, unmute yourself.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Thank you very much, Doc. And I'm grateful for the opportunity and the exposure that you've been giving us. This is what I've done, the practical solution that I've come out with the VPF. This is to...
You use the VPF to do this?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. No, I just wanted to hear. But for the VPF, for those who wouldn't know, is the visionary prompt framework that I created, the first epistemistic model.
That's what I just used.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah.
So I use it to have a solution for the nursing students who do their practicals, clinical practicals.
Okay.
For the assessment. So when they go to the facility and then they start the assessment, two assessors will assess them on their procedure that they perform. So there's a dashboard, and then you can have the program here that it helped me to create. You can add, then you have the candidate. Then the practical session itself is here. Two assessors can use this at the same time. So you can select the practical, you select the program here, maybe this, then you select the student. You select the student, and then you select the tax. Then the first assessor become assessor one. Then the second one can also log in on the same student so that it can assess the student on the procedure. You can select all that. And then there will be a point that it will be a reconciliation. When it is done, they don't agree, a reconciliation will pop up. Then
normally the difference in marks should not exceed 10 marks in most cases with them. Yeah. So when there is variance, the variance is more than 10.
Yes, you score them on all these procedures, and then maybe you select and then submit. They all submit, and if it doesn't tally, if they select something that doesn't tally, it just pop up, then they do the reconciliation. Now, as you select, the system will be scoring for you at the same time. Then you'll be
by the
seeing
time
what
you're done, you have the total score. Yeah.
Total score. So you can submit for this student for both, and then
So, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is not a programmer.
No, I'm not.
It's
Only
not,
that I have IT background.
No, I know you are not a programmer. Don't worry.
Yes.
So he's not a programmer. So what I'm saying is that now, if you guys remember, most programmers they will wait for you to give them the requirements before they build the system. Then they do the coding, right? So those who actually write the program are those who do the system analysis and design, those who build the requirement. So in this age and time, if you're able to build a requirement, you can build a system.
Yes.
You get it? Because now the code is being taken over by the AI. Where would you declare a variable and you do that? No, the AI is going to do all. So that is why most programmers who are just coders are losing their jobs. Do you get it? I mean, Oracle replaced a number of them, but those who are the system designers, they are still there. The architects, they are still there because they cannot be changed. They do more of reasoning. So programmers will have to now front load to what? As what? Designers of system architects. So in the age of the AI, that repetitive task, if you are putting a command button, for instance, for add or register, do you understand? And it has to be replicated somewhere. You have to be putting it on all those forms. you see, repeat them. The AI is going to build all those things within minutes. So the coding part is taken and is doing it well, perfectly modern. So it means that they have to front load as what? System what? Engineers. And if even they are coders, they need to understand that process the AI goes through. And that's exactly what we have done. So in this new AI strategy, this is what we're expecting that some of you will be doing. We don't require any of us to build systems. Some of you can be be building requirement for system because you can use that to build a system requirement in a system and then give it to another person to work on it, okay? So that you test it because you know how it works. So, and if you use the VPF to do this, then it's going to help you because you have now installed a sovereign epistemistic model on the layer that has filters and gates that do not allow the system to hallucinate. So, the fact that you've done this, congratulations. Maybe I'll meet you one-on-one and then give you some few, because you are not, in programming, there is the UI guys who design the user interface. The user interface, there are rules and regulations. So maybe if you are building this and you don't have that knowledge, what you have to do is to elevate the AI to the role of what? A UI. All right. And when you say UI, not just UI that is, familiar with hospital and health systems, because health systems have their own UI architecture. The colors, they have the colors that they use for health systems and all that, so that you can just, if you don't have a UI person that will have the eye to look at it, you can turn the AI to do that so that you wouldn't have any challenge. But this is a very good start, and keep it up.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, you can get the result here. This is the result that you can see. You can print some of them. This is some of them that are print. It gives you a result. So you can see the result for this student. This is the name of the student. And then there's the tax, the percentage, and all that.
So now this is the first layer. The second layer is how we elevate this to an intelligence system, not just an application. Right? So I give you an example. So we'll be able to do some sort of, high analytics, all right, to ascertain students who are doing well in a particular, subject, okay, in terms of the evaluation. And the combination of 2 or 3 subjects, what they actually lead to in building other skill sets. All those things can be done, through very serious engineering. When you elevate these architecture to an intelligence system rather than an application, it should be. All right, Thank you so much.
So thank you very. So an institution has used it, and then the acceptance level was very high. They are very impressed, and that's why they've even used.
Right?
Yes.
Good. That's what I want to hear. Guys, you hear? Did they make money? That's what we should be doing. So I'll give you a feedback. I'll make you, we'll turn this thing to something else, okay? So
yes,
that's a good move.
We'll link up.
Is Clive still here? Clive, are you here?
Doc, yes, please, I'm here.
Okay, if you can share your screen. So Clive worked with NCA. Maybe he's on his way to become the Bill Gates of NCA. Or maybe Elon Musk. He likes Elon Musk a lot. So Clive is a PhD, a near PhD candidate. So I was saying that you work with Abroka. Abroka is doing some wonderful things. I don't know what Abroka wants to do now. He's everywhere. I don't know right now if he's doing IT or energy, or now he wants to go into space. I don't know where Abroka wants to be now. Abroka, are you there?
Doc, I'm here.
Faraday, don't bring yourself. I'm talking
about He started. Oh. Well, Doc, now I'm venturing into AI governance. I've partnered with AI. Yes, AI Governance Nigeria. We are coming out with some wonderful papers for a Geneva presentation.
Wow.
Yes. So that's what I'm doing now. Yes, sir.
Good. Super.
Thank you.
That's fine. And Faraday, it is just for your ears only. Okay. Yeah.
So why this warning to me?
Yeah. Clive, are you there?
Yes, Doc, I'm here.
No, so proceed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I'm seeing something on there. So this is what you've created, right?
Yes, please.
Can you make it to cover the screen?
Okay. So let me just open it up.
Okay. So it's actually Excel. Okay.
It's Excel, yes. It's Excel.
So guys, have you seen
with my line of work
into using workflow? So take us through. Yeah.
Okay, so with my line of work, we usually go and then measure the quality of service for the MNOs, and then we come out and then have a discussion with them as to where they didn't perform well and how they should improve on their network. So I had already written this code to extract the log files after we go on the field. So what I did was I made this workbook AI enabled, so it can think and then give me detailed analytics of what went on in a particular area that we drew. So this example is Diabene in Takrady. So what I actually did was I infused the Nyami AI. So the Nyami AI starts from, just a minute, it will show very soon. So the Nyami AI starts from here. I have the policy engine, the governance schema, the prompt router, the orchestration, the validation pipeline. I have them here. So what I have done is, after extracting what we do on the field, I can now ask it questions. For example, I can ask it how did handover. So when we say handover in engineering or in the telecom sector, it's when you are moving your phone from site to site, would sometimes have to hand over to the next site so that your call can be continuous, won't cut off. So we want to see whether the handover affected the performance of the quality of service. So I can ask it. So what I've done is I've added an AI level to it, which would be able to do the deep analysis for me. So if I can ask it, how did handovers affect the let me see, call setup time. So call setup time, call it CST. So if I should just click on this now, it gives me most affected locations, no matching town location preference, 7 pattern, no. So for them here, it didn't affect the call setup time. Let me see if it affected the quality of voice. So we call that the MOS. So if I should ask AI again, just a minute. So give me detail. Poor MOS near handovers. So there are 96, which is 10.3%. That affected the area that we drove. That's Diabeni. And it pinpoints to me the exact location. So we have the Diabeni town, the Methodist Church, Efum Chrome, and so on and so forth. So essentially I have turned this Excel into an analytic Excel, which gives me deeper insights into what happened in the area that we drove, and then all this through vibe coding. So I used AI, I used ChatGTP, the codex to do this. I was able to also get the map. So this is a map view of the areas that have problems. Essentially, these lines that you see here are the towers, where they have their towers. So I've also overlaid their topology in the Excel, and I'm able to tell where the towers are in connection to where I drove and how it affects the network. Also, I ingested the topology of the town, which means where the hills are, where the valleys are, into my analytics. So over here, it gives me how it's affected it. These red buttons are the places that were bad, and then these are places that were in the valley, and then so on and so forth. So all in all, I don't want to bore you with talk. This is able to go and have a deeper analytics of what happened in areas that we drove, and we can use this to now talk to the telcos to be able to improve on places that they have poor services.
So folks, I met Clive. We had a training at Akuse. We've been doing the same thing. I think in the month of July, and Clive attended, and I shared with him the visionary prompt framework. At the time, he was using Microsoft Copilot to do something, and the thing was fucking him up big time. He ran the visionary prompt framework through it, and then he just called me and he was virtually shouting that Charlie, he's had a breakthrough. And then since then, I also gave him the Nyame mind, which I think is one of the phenomenal thinking engine that we have created. So all that he's doing here, the pipeline and the governance, you understand, is ingested with the Nyame mind. So he can only get close because Nyame mind reduces hallucination to 0, right? So it helps you, and the pipeline for the governance and the filters are very stringent. Just as we saw, Sangopa was saying that Claude was saying, a whole Claude is saying that something forces Claude. See, you can force any platform LLM, not Claude. Claude is very strong when it comes to its own internal governance. So if VPF is able to subdue Claude and allow it to do the things that it doesn't actually want to do, now it means that we lifted the game to the next level. But just let me allow him to make his own point. So, boss, from Akuse, what happened up to until today?
So from Akuse, I have built so many other things. So before this one I just built it just last week. So from Akuse, I built, let me see if I can find it here. It's here, no, not this one. I built a system. You see, what we do is that there's a sort of performance appraisal system that we do for each division in NCA. So we're looking for some sort of software to be able to make things easy and then faster for those who are filling it. I can't see where I left that one. Okay, so I think this one. Just a moment. Let me see if it's this one. Yes. Okay. So this is also it. So I use this one to be able to help them to fill their appraisal forms and then to be able to also grade them. So the AI grades them, and then you're able to ask questions about where you fell short and how you should be able to do better as a division. So it's from there that I came to this particular one. I've seen the network one, which was just last week. Aside that, I'm also in the process, just matter of how do you call it, money. I'm into robotics and AI, so I'm trying to build a Nyame AI. I like football, so I'm trying to build a Nyame AI system which should be able to help coaches to plan for their matches in terms of the systems to use to analyze the opponent's game structure, to find weak spots, and also during halftime to prepare halftime talk, because you should be able to watch the match as they're playing and find weaknesses in the coach's own team as well as point out weaknesses in the opponent's team to be able to help the coach during halftime talks. I mean, there's a lot, but it's me better models. So I'm just waiting for that one to be able to orchestrate those ones. So I'm still waiting for those models.
Okay, so what we'll be doing is that, let me just show you this briefly so we draw the curtains down. Okay, Daniel, your hand is up.
Yes. No, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I have a challenge that I want to discuss. I've written 6 books, 2 for primary schools, 2 for junior highs, and 2 for senior high and above. And I took it to copyright. And they said because I've used ChatGPT to prompting to generate the image, the law is not clear on it, so they can't work on it for me. But those with the text, that one, they accepted it. So I gave your number to her. That this one is something that is acceptable. I paid for, it's a paid version, and I used my skills.
Don't worry, they will all they will all comply very soon. I mean, it's the age we find ourselves. The copyright law was built around when they say originality, even with the ones that you use Corel Draw and whatever to design, you use artifacts to do that. Do you get it? The drawing.
Okay.
You use boxes and they are all artifacts in building it. So it is the way the copyright law was built. Okay. And I think that they're going to have a challenge in establishing the thin line between what AI is doing, and because they don't understand the technology themselves, and copyright should change from what is being done now, do you understand, to an intelligent economy where copyright laws will be different. So don't blame them too much. I mean, they will catch up. Now that there is a national AI strategy, we'll take it up from there. We intend to train that outfits also free of charge. So we will be sending letters to them to all those areas, detect like this. We are intending to have engagement with them. We have done for Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. They are just super. They are just excited about what to know that we can map the whole country with the mineral resources and build business deck cases so that when investors come, we don't talk about exploration. We say these are the opportunities. Bibiani, this place, there is an unmined value of $10 billion. So what kind of investment are you coming? We have indicated the local content, the number of people that you will employ, the community development strategy. It's all part of it. So when you pick it, it's a pack. And they bought into that. And we are really going to extend that training. And we've done a couple of training for a number. We did Methodist University. We've done Accra Technical University. We've done that twice. We'll be doing another one for them. Methodist University, we did for the administrators. We're going to do for the faculty staff. And then for CSIR, we are going to train the entire 13 institutes. Shana has drawn we've done the headquarters at head office training. We are done. I have my comrade Gilbert and then Obobi. They are all here. We had a nice time with them. They are with the HR directorate. And we went to Kumasi and then did training for all the 13 directors. So now we'll be dealing with the institute one after the other. So it's good that these things are coming up. And Gilbert, I had a discussion with Dr. Danko. I don't know whether he's on the platform, but for the institute, we are not going to go the approach that we use. It is going to be project-based. So we see what they are doing and we see how the AI can enhance that. But it will dovetail into prompting and other things anyway. So that's what we're going to do. Clive and the other guys who are into building models, what you get from me, what is going to help you is what we have done. So Clive, for the football thing you want to do, you will use this model, the ant colony. This one.
Okay. Okay, Doc.
Right? This one will sort you out. Okay.
Okay, Doc.
This one, in terms of accuracy, okay, and because the ants are the best engineers nature has described, okay, the colony, if you, today when you go and sleep, take your time. So all the items you see there, every item you see here is part of the filters data will pass through before we get the output.
Oh, okay.
What you are seeing on the screen It starts from here. You have the core principles here that it works with. The signal states are here. You have the confidence, threshold that it accepts. Then you come to the 7 ant intelligence families, okay?
Okay.
The Fidoli, the harvester, the turtle, weavers, what do you call it?
Army ant.
Yeah, army ants, and then all that. This 7 lengths that it passes through. Then you see the architecture here. All right. This is the colony core, and then this is the colony memory trail. Then you have the governance escalation. Okay. Note that the ants have slaves. They have security. They can go and capture a whole colony and bring them into their colony and turn them to slaves.
Oh, okay.
This is how they work. And that is the orchestration we have used, for this modeling. And so you see the conversation I was having with Claude, when I was building this system, each of these things that I built, each one took me more than 3 months, right? With all what AI is able to do, because every single, if you talk about the Fidoli here, you would have to define their roles, what they do in nature. Not all the things that are done in nature can be replicated directly. So you have to see how the AI can interpret it. Okay, that makes sense. So just want you to know that these are the models that we have. We have the DINCRA, we have the African Civilization Intelligence Model. This one is interesting. This one is what allows us that if we are modernizing the way we cook fufu, we will still pound it and will not change the process. This is what this does for us. We are modernizing, but we are not losing our cultural heritage. Okay, that's what this does. And then we have the AKET. At the top of AKET is more of governance. It uses the Egyptian pyramid, okay, as its architecture. Okay, so you have the 7 ESS laws that governs what? The pyramid here.
The pyramid. Okay.
Okay, then we have the 5 engine houses that are here. The reality, structure, uncertainty, sovereign, and then you have the memory here. Then here you have the 5 access tiers. You have the 6 entry CI assets, CL assets classes. Okay. Then you have the output models and sovereignty scope. Okay, here the orchestration happens here. Okay, the 7 intelligence engine ontology is here. You have the site and then foundation extraction. It goes on. So this is the pipeline that this goes through before it gets out of what? The apex, the 17th horizon. And then you have the axis of truth. This is what prevents what? Hallucination. And this one, it is higher than the Nyame mind, right? This one is higher because it has 10 axes of truth that you have to what? Go through. And then look at this place. It has the 8 mastery classes. We have the unknown and the unknowable. You remember it was in the visionary framework where we have the unknown unknowable. If you remember, Felix,
Yeah,
we had that thing there. So here you have
Yes.
this whole thing here. We'll take our time to explain when we start the training, the masterclass training, the ant colony, which I shared to you. Then another powerful model, the Nyamin Nexus. We have used a couple of them to build, co-pilots. This one works well with the ant colony, and it also works well with the AKET. Okay, the Nyame mind, what this guy is using, Clive is using. Then the matters. So Clive, either the ants, okay, if you want to do something else about in health, right? In health, any project in health, you might want to use this animal, which we've used as a model. And all these things, we have the white papers, so we'll give it to you to read them. So this one comes with 7 engine, 18 receptors classes, and a 10-step runtime, 150 cell matrix. You can imagine, right? And 10 RBAC rows, 10 hardened refusals. That's where the hallucination is. Then we have 8 restricted access and core principles. This animal is just something else, right?
Okay.
Which belongs to the ant, colony, right? But it matters is quite different in terms of its operation and what it's able to do. It can just kill you in just some few seconds. And the way it attacks is just unimaginable. The biosankofa is extremely powerful because we've used 3 animals in the forest, 3 ant family, and then 3 other birds in the air, and then those in the sea. We've merged them together. We've taken the best and we've built this biosankofa. We are doing that because you might have a model that you want to use that, okay, so you want to use a drone and you want the drones to survive on land in the air if it flies above the normal flying path, that it doesn't get missing. And you want a situation that it can fly above a certain sea level, and even it can go under the sea. All right. So you want to build that reasoning, you want to build that layer firmware, and it has to be resistant to those things. So that's why we've taken all these animals and we brought them together. So what the model did was that it is making that model survive in these environments. Okay, it complements each other. And then the almighty Obibini intelligence that is actually subsumed into our ancestral and indigenous intelligence. So if you want to do anything in creative acts for this country in Africa, this is what you have to be looking at. Okay, then the almighty VPF, which we did. Now we have elevated the intelligence to civilization level. We have all the other continents in here. Okay, we have Antarctica. We have all of them in here, and VPF is underlying all the other models that we have created. So I would like to, the next time we'll meet, I'll show you this models as well. What we have created for Copilot, this one, we'll discuss it at length. We have created, and I have more than close to around 50 Copilots that we are not using. So I'll make it available to those. Sorry. So I was saying that we've created a lot of Copilots. We'll make them available to you. I'll show it to you the next time, or I'll do a presentation and show the video to you. Quite a number of them, right? Which should be made. And you see the sovereign DNA every system shares, okay? Which is, we've done this, and I think that I'll do this presentation and let you have it. I'd like to draw the curtains down. And please, Maxwell, have we put the link on the platform?
Yes, I've done that. I've done that, and I'm posting it again. So
please join that link.
Sir, I want to keep up to the platform.
No, they've put the link there. So you just look at the chat, you see it. They've just posted it. Okay, Gawali, and then Abroka, then Daniel. Then we draw the curtains down. I wanted to hear your perspective of what we have done today. Okay, but I think you guys have too many questions for me instead. Okay, so if you can ask you.
Yes, Prof.
Yes.
Prof, I think, thank you very much for bringing us together for a very long time. We were expecting it earlier. I think I've also built an app. I've sent it to financial fraud detection using the machine learning principles. And then I also use the VPF to build the front end, both front end and then the back end architecture. So that's what I've done, and other things. So for the new things we are showing us now, please add us to the list for more package to get more apps developed. We are all part of your team, so we need more of that.
So
God bless you for everything.
Just click on the link. I know,
Yeah.
I know that even the 20 I'm looking for, I will not get it because the.
Oh, I am already there, so
it's
I am
normally
already there.
You see, when you see a new
Yeah,
girlfriend,
I'm already there.
you say all the things you have to say. Later to realize that you didn't mean what you didn't mean what you say. It's part of it. So let's see those who will survive. Okay. Abrok, your hand was up, or was it an old hand? And then Daniel. Daniel wanted to say something. Okay. Please, just a quick one. Was this training helpful? Hello, guys. I'm saying that if you have anything to share, was this training helpful?
Very helpful.
Oh, no.
Okay, so
Your version is an understatement.
if you guys have learned something new, we'll expect that if we call you the next time, we every month we are going to have an engagement, a major engagement, right? So just to know what is happening and then there will be specific trainings, that will be coming on, okay, as well. The other guys that I have to engage one-on-one, I'll engage them on my platform, on their platform, then we take it up from there.
Yes, Doc.
For those of
We
you
have an
who have
appointment.
backlog of certificates that we have to give to you, please reach out to Max. Some of you, since we did the graduation up to now, the certificates are still lying in our office. You've not come for it. So, and then Max, Dr. Dovene, Dr. Dovene's certificates. Dr. Dovene's certificates. Please make it available so that we'll get it for him.
Sir, please, I've checked my WhatsApp. I've not seen Thank the you, listing. Prof. God bless you. I have not seen my listing added there.
Who?
This is Dr. Emmanuel.
The link here. Just click on it and join the platform.
The link is at where I'm not seeing anything on the page.
Which page?
Boss, open your eyes now.
Check on the chat
Go
box,
to the
please.
chat.
Doc,
It's in the chat.
good evening, Doc. Please, I'm part of the January 2026 cohort, but then I've not received my cert. I've been off for some time. I've not been around.
So the problem is coming from you. So take your time, engage Max. So when we print these things, we put them there. We cannot find you. And the unfortunate thing is that when you are ready, you want us to stop everything we are doing and then listen to you. Do you understand? That also becomes problematic. So Max is around. Take your time. He's going to get it for you. So that's it. Folks, I want to thank you for your time. And then I like the attendance. At the point we are around 180 people on the platform. That is very good for the community. I know we should exceed even 2,000 on this platform. And I know some of you did not have the chance to join. But when we share the video and they see the engagement we have, they might join the next time. So anytime you are thinking of prompting, think of a very good conversation, not just instruction, but having a conversation. Thank you so much and have a good evening.